Today I'll be making my blueberry bundt cake loaf. Say that 3 times. Okay, for this recipe we'll need blueberries. I got 5 eggs at room temperature. I don't know what that thing is on there. Butter. I've got butter. I have sour cream at room temperature, butter at room temperature, flour, salt, vanilla, baking soda. I got baking soda. Baking powder also, sugar, and then for the little glaze I'm going to make, there's confectioner's sugar, which is powdered sugar, heavy whipping cream, lime, and I'm also going to be using the zest, so juice and the zest. First thing I'll do is preheat my oven to 325. I have a bundt pan here. I was going to use a loaf, but I would have had to do 2 loaves, so I decided to do it in a bundt pan so I can have more. I'm trying to make like little holiday baskets to give out. I'm buttering this bundt pan very generously. I don't want to do flour with it because I don't want flour all on the outside when I flip it over, so butter only. All right, in my sifter, I have 2½ cups of flour, a ½ teaspoon of salt, a ½ teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Obviously, I can't sift with one hand, but I'm going to sift it, and it'll go through here, through this little crank. My sifter's seen better days, and make everything well mixed, and the flour will be fluffy. Today on my social media, there was a gal that I took a picture of, like all my baking stuff I was going to get out, and she called me out. We call these energy vampires. She called me out and she said, "Oh, a boxed cookie mix for baking?" Or I don't know if that's what she said. A boxed cookie mix? And I was like, oh, well, God forbid I do a little shortcut. I mean, I was going to make like a little holiday basket and have like several things in there. I'm going to do this bundt cake that's going to be all difficult. I have chocolate chip cookies. Cut off. But here's what it looks like when it's all mixed. So it's nice. Anyways, yeah. So I had like brownie mix, cookie mix, and I was just going to add that. I need to stop clicking on the side. I was going to add that to my little gift basket of goodies, like just for 2 shortcuts. I mean, it's not even really a shortcut because I still got to mix everything and still got to bake it. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get back to the recipe. I've got my 12 ounces of butter and a cup of sour cream. You can also use cream cheese if you wanted to. I'm going to whip this together, put in my 2 cups of sugar, and then I'll add my teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm just going to mix this real good. If you have a stand mixer, you can use that. I've got a little hand one, so that's what I'm using. Now after that was mixed, I'll add my 2 cups of sugar and keep on mixing. Now I'm adding my teaspoon of vanilla. Yeah, it's hard to do with one hand, and it's also hard to do with one of these hand mixers. I obviously need one of the big KitchenAid ones, but hey, got no room in the kitchen for it. At this point, I'm going to do, well, I have 5 eggs total, so I'll add 1 egg at a time, mix it well each time, scrape the sides down so everything can get mixed, and after all the eggs are added, the flour mixture will go. Okay, it's all nice and mixed, and I will fold in my beautiful blueberries, and you can use frozen. I'm using fresh, just folding them in. Yeah, my poor little mixer, it broke down while I dropped it, but whatever. I'll have to get another mixer, but it's still working for now. It's just like super hot. It wants to blow up. Then I almost dropped all my eggs because my kitchen is so small. And then I bumped my elbow, so that was nice. For Sky, for my daughter watching this, now this is a tasty cake batter. Man, you would have loved to have the little, what is it? The little whippers, the little beaters. Oh, you would have loved to lick the beaters. That's a good batter. At this point, we're going to pour this batter into here and pop it in the oven. I'm not going to even attempt to do it on camera because I will drop it. Here it is. It's ready to go in the oven. I could have used more blueberries, but I didn't have any more. I only had frozen. Whenever I use blueberries, it makes me think of that scene in Casino when Ace gets he's eating with, like, I don't know, his partner or maybe the casino host or something, and he's like, look at your blueberry muffin and look at mine. He had, like, no blueberries in his, and his buddy had, like, it was like heaping overload with freaking blueberries. Then he goes in and tells the chef, you need to put an equal amount in each batter of blueberries. And the chef was like, do you know how long that's gonna take? It's like super funny. That's my part. But yeah, I'm thinking about that right now. My bundt cake cooked for was 65 minutes to 75 minutes. I did 65. That's how you test it to see if it's done, which it is. Then I'll flip it. I'm gonna let it sit there for a while, maybe like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it over here and let it rest here on this cooling rack before I, put the glaze on it. But for the glaze, we got powdered sugar, aka confectioner's sugar. Then I zested a lime and used that little guy. Then you're going to put that in there, and you're going to do 1 or 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream and squeeze your lime juice in there. So now I put my loaf on the cooling rack, and it's going to rest for a couple minutes while I mix this up. Then you're going to beat it up and keep adding lime juice or your heavy whipping cream until it gets the consistency that you want. I'm going to want like a pretty runny consistency, so I'm going to keep whipping it. Wow, when I squeezed lime juice, it went all over my glasses. So this is how runny I wanted it. So I'm all raspy. When the cake's ready, I'll drizzle it on top. Now we're going to I already put the glaze all over it. I'm going to put this bad boy, pop it in the fridge for about 30 minutes so this can set.
Damn, that's the best cake I ever ate.
Well, I hope you liked my blueberry loaf, and give me a thumbs up and a comment and a like. See you next time.